Welcome to Project Die Hard Mission Monday Update. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central to bring you all the latest and greatest information, all the current events, things that are happening within Project Die Hard. There's always a lot going on, and our update will be coming up shortly, but before that, we're going to start out a little differently today. Veterans Day is coming up. It is, just over a week away from now. So as we are thinking about Veterans Day coming up, we thought this would be a good thing to share. We're going to start out with a little bit of music. Here we go.
They fought for freedom and came home to silence. Not a country they bled for. Can't even remember their names.
He came back from war, but the battle stayed. Haunted by the faces he couldn't save. Medals on his chest, scars on his soul. The flag still flies, but the cracks still show. He traded youth for a cause they sold. Came back broke while the rich got gold. Now he's sleeping in the streets tonight. The system failed the ones who fight. We post the thanks, then scroll away while heroes fade day by day. Forgotten veterans, lost in the crowd. Once they stood tall, now no one's proud. They gave their lives, we gave our lives, and freedom cries where honor dies. Forgotten veterans, still standing in the rain. She wore a badge, she carried pain. Fought for a flag, they turned to shame. Now she watches the news, can't believe what's true. The same old wars, the same old wounds. They promised help, but it never came. We built new wars, but not their names. A folded flag, a broken vow. We pray for peace, but we're not how. You call them heroes, then walk away. But freedom's dead, don't fade away. Forgotten veterans, lost in the crowd. Once they stood tall, now no one's proud. They gave their lives, we gave our lives, and freedom cries where honor dies. Forgotten veterans, still standing in the rain.
They fought for home, not for fame. But silence is the thanks we gave. While we argue over words and screams, they're fighting demons we can't see.
They built our walls, they saved our sons, They carried the weight of a loaded gun, You wave your flag on holidays, But where are you when they fade away, The system profits, the people sleep, The brave still bleed, the promise is cheap. They earn their peace, but we turned our eyes. And freedom fades when a hero dies. Forgotten veterans, lost in the crowd. Once they stood tall, now no one's proud. They gave their lives, we gave our lives, and freedom cries where honor dies. Forgotten veterans, we owe them everything.
They gave us freedom. We gave them silence.
Not anymore. Not on my watch.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring in Brian. After watching that, that's should be a little bit sobering for everyone who sees that. That it hits forgotten veterans. Wow. Brian Gibson is our founder and head honcho here at Project Die Hard. Brian, come on in. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Yeah, that song hits home, doesn't it?
Pretty
That
amazing.
it's Veterans Day in less than 2 weeks, and everybody, oh hey, Veterans Day, Veterans Day. But what about every day that veteran is suffering? It's all fine and dandy to get a free lunch, but no, every day.
There's no such thing as a free lunch. Can you even imagine? I mean, for those of us who are civilians, it's like I'm talking to you right now. Can you even imagine what our veterans experienced, what they're trained to do, what what they're doing for us? It's whoa. Go
You're
ahead.
talking to our followers, the civilians out there. You're not talking
Yes.
to me,
No,
sister.
no, that's to
I
the
know
civilians.
what I did.
No, I'm saying to my fellow civilians because I haven't experienced that. So, as a veteran, I'm going to throw this question your way. As a veteran going into Veterans Day, obviously different person. I mean, massively different perspective. How I don't even. I'm not sure which question I want to ask here, but how do you go into Veterans Day? Where?
I,
Go ahead.
let me explain because I do this quite often during these holidays. We have Veterans Day and then we have Memorial Day,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay. Veterans Day is where the nation thanks us living veterans for our service, for what we've done. That's that one day out of the year by law that banks are closed and you're going to go thank a veteran. To whereas Memorial Day is more for us to remember our fallen. It's the whole nation to remember the fallen, but
Mm-hmm.
that day really hits hard personally because I've lost brothers and sisters killed in action. So I got 4 slides. I think I need to pull them up now.
Yes, your turn. Go ahead and dive in. Y'all have been waiting for what is the update this week? Brian's here with the update. Thanks for sticking with us as we had a few things to cover first.
Yeah. All right, folks. I'm not really much of an update this week, except for things are moving. God is moving mountains, and here it is why. Okay. One is too many is the why. PDH pray, PDH share. Find and support our community support members. They've earned the right for your support. Founded in 2018 by a veteran for veterans. Yes, I founded Project Die Hard for my brothers and sisters. Complete financial records on request from day one. The standards are set by God, okay? God will never leave the mission. We will never use the suffering of veterans for profit, and there's no drugs or alcohol allowed in the mission. These 2 QR codes, you can learn more or become a patron. Our facilities are skills, counseling, traditional housing. Their hope for veterans. Our fellowship breakfast, support, resources, and a free meal for veterans. Community support saves veterans' lives. Find and dine at our Club 22 members. With God, all things are possible. I know this for a fact. Are you being called to serve in the kingdom? Ephesians 4:11. It's not what you can do, it's what you will do. Okay? Matthew 18:20. For where 2 and 3 are gathered in my name, I am there in the midst of them. You are helping to build God's kingdom and save veterans' lives. Our fellowship breakfast, our next one is November 5th. That's Wednesday. Come and break bread with heroes. It's at the IHOP in Paducah as of now. In order to expand that, we need help. Pretty simple. The Die Hard Drive. Our next date is November 15th. The third Saturday of every month at every facility we build. This gives people time to plan to make a trip. Right? 189 Haven of Love Drive, Makanda, Illinois. This is just the first facility. Our community support program members have proven to be the best and to have a heart to help. My question out to the community, are you the best? Are you a ministry, resource, or outreach partner to the mission? Are you a mission or facility supplier to the mission? Our current members do all the best they can to grow the mission. How are you going to help? They found us worthy. Fort Hope, our national headquarters, is going into Western Kentucky. It's God's plan, standards, and guidance will lead us from here. Will you travel with us and help heroes find hope? What more do I need to say here, folks? We have big things moving. I don't put out half information. So the bike build, Crossroads Lawn and Garden came up, did their tour. Great things. Things are working in there. Until things are locked in stone, you know, Sue, I don't drop things until things are locked in stone.
I know you had one more tour this past week. I know our wonderful guest we had last week, came out and got to see the facility. So that was a big deal.
Yeah. She was so grateful that we did that for her. I'm like, you're helping my sisters. Why wouldn't I do that for you? She gets it.
She gets it. Yeah, that's going to be fun to see where that conversation goes, what connections are going to come from her through her, because she's connected in a lot of different directions locally. So that's going to help in so many ways.
It's all in God's hands.
All in God's hands. We'll see where it goes.
Again, anybody from anywhere can come see what we're doing. I've never been bashful about that, have I?
Nope. Come see the facility. That's what it's all about. Go and actually put your feet on the ground and take a walk. And I've only done it virtually so far. That'll change at some point here. But it's all timing, right?
It's all timing. It's all resources. Speaking of resources, our outreach partner on the Mark TV, November 1st, went from 500 million to 750 million worldwide.
Bends the brain just a little, doesn't it?
No, that doesn't bend my brain at all. That's God's grace and mercy in action. What I can't figure out is our community support program members get 2 minutes, that's 120 seconds, free to that audience.
So, all of you community support program folks that are listening, guess what? That's on your to-do list. You need to come up with that video. Do you need some help making that? Reach out to me. Susan at projectdiehard.org. Reach out. We can help you create a video so that you can get that kind of exposure. Did
You're
you ever-
helping veterans. You're helping the mission. Why wouldn't I help you? Hey, for everybody else who's thinking, well, what do you mean? You got to email community at projectdiehard.org, fill out the application before anything else happens. Because we only take the best here at Project Diehard. If you're talking through a hole in the side of your head, you're not going to make it. I'm up front on it. In fact, you won't even get to talk to me because Sue and Kurt and Sarah and everybody else on the team will tell you up front, I'm not wasting Die Hard 6's time with you. Don't even bother.
Yeah, we are looking to grow the team, to grow those that are reaching out and being part of this team. There's all sorts of ways to become a partner with us. It's not hard. You just got to be real, right? You got to actually put in some effort for that to be an actual partnership along the way. What are we doing for each other? So, yeah.
You get this on our website, right?
Hmm?
We tell everybody to support you. Okay. You get 2 minutes that reach 750 million worldwide.
I think we're bringing a lot to the table there.
I'm just following scripture. Luke 3:11 tells me that if I have 2 cloaks, to give one. If I have food, to give it. Why wouldn't I share this blessing with those that are helping this mission?
Exactly. So we're all about helping those who help us. And who are we trying to help? We are looking to make a difference for our veteran community. So for those that maybe are hearing this for the first time, maybe it'd be a good time to just briefly, what is Project Die Hard? Why are we here?
Project Die Hard is a faith-based, scripture-led veteran nonprofit on a mission to bring hope to veterans by building facilities that allow everybody that wants to help veterans to gather in one place at one time and do that. Our facilities will provide skill training, counseling, therapies, transitional housing. That's hope. They will be put into rural areas. They will have a veteran resource center on them. They will have a skill training center on them. Boom.
In a nutshell, that is what Project Die Hard is. And within that, there are so many ways for oh my gosh, there's so many ways to hop on board to this. I heard skill training. I heard facilities. I heard partnership. I heard a lot of pieces here. And anyone out there listening to this, you know that you could make a difference. You know people, you know companies, you know connecting points that can come in here and be part of this.
Yeah. Look, folks, I tell everybody, pray for the mission, share the mission, volunteer, and if you can, patron. Notice, pray for the mission, share the mission. Why am I so adamant on sharing the mission? So can you tell me why I am?
Okay, two things that come to my mind immediately. It's free to open your mouth and say something about this, or to hit that share button and help it hit your networks as well. And also, oh my gosh, with what's going on here, with what we're trying to do, we cannot be the best kept secret out there. People need to know what is Project Die Hard. Share it out.
Yeah, again, folks, you share it, and that person that has the heart that wants to help will hear about it. They will Google us, look us up. They'll do all that. But they first got to hear about us. We're putting a facility in every state, but we only build one at a time. Just because forward operating base Rush is not in your backyard doesn't mean it's not going to help the veteran living next to you. The easiest part of helping a veteran with up to a year of transitional housing is that veteran saying, I want the help, I will do the work, and then getting them to a facility. Logistically speaking, that's the easiest part.
And I do recall multiple times over the course of the past, I'm going to just say year, where I've heard you say, had to say no to another one.
Oh, yeah. I say no week in and week out.
And what exactly are you saying no to? What's happening that you have to say no?
Residents. We cannot house residents right now. We're not up to code. It's just that simple.
The demand is there. The interest is there. The need is there. And we need money and volunteers. We need to actually have that part come through and happen so that we can finish this facility, finish the construction that is taking place there so that we can house our veterans there.
Yeah. It's just that simple. I'm going to roll back to all the questions that I always get. Do you write for grants? Yes, we do. Grants are not guaranteed. Okay. So when you email me or my team saying, pay me X amount of dollars and I'll write your grant, no.
Nope.
To that individual who spamming our Facebook, I don't care how many nonprofits you talk to. I really don't. I'm not paying you a dime for you to tell me how to write a grant. Do you think I was born last night?
It's obviously somebody who has not actually looked into what Project Die Hard is.
No. No. They just see nonprofit and boom. Our spam filter on our email is working overtime. I'm just telling people that.
Oh boy. So, okay, 2 days from now, first thing in the morning, where should people be?
Paducah, Kentucky, IHOP, 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
If you're in or around Western Kentucky, Paducah, Kentucky, home of the Quilt Museum,
I love that.
the IHOP, there's only one in town, so Google Paducah IHOP and be there at 7 a.m. Veterans eat for free. Everybody else, you got to pay for yours. But you can come break bread with them. You can listen to them. You can talk with them. You might be the voice they needed to hear that day.
There's been a decent turnout every month. I hear the report of how many veterans, well, and it's not all veterans that come, some are not. You know, those
Yeah.
that are coming for the event, though, they're getting good turnout.
Look, folks, the only number I care about are first-time veteran visitors. I get a count of veterans because that's who we pay for, and I kind of get that information of we serve this many meals. Okay. They don't count the civilians that are sitting with veterans or in with veterans and ordering themselves and doing all their own stuff. So overall, how many people come to our fellowship breakfast? I have not a clue.
And I'm pretty sure you've had some new folks. I want to say every month for a lot in a row here. As far as I'm thinking back. Yeah.
Since January 2025, every month we've had first-time veteran visitors.
Keep it going. Send people, let people know that is going on. Actually, so how does the word get out? Is it mostly just word of mouth?
Social media.
And social media? Because I'm just thinking, is there an event on Facebook or LinkedIn or any? Because I'm just thinking, like, I if we don't have that, I should be throwing that out there a little bit more. Because even like on LinkedIn, I can actually invite people that I happen to be connected to that are anywhere in the vicinity there to let them know about this.
That's something we got to look at. I'm not sure if it's on our socials or not. The only events I really push are the ones that I'm directly involved with, like, but the fellowship breakfast, that's an ongoing monthly thing.
That by now people should know about it, but
Yeah.
maybe they don't. We keep getting first timers coming, so that to me means word is still growing and getting out there. Because I'm still looking forward to the day that there's no room for anybody else at IHOP because everybody is there because of this, the
Yeah.
veteran breakfast. And I gotta ask, so I know I've heard over time, but for those that are not so familiar, what kind of feedback do you get from the veterans that come to the event?
They love it. They get to talk with one another. They get to support. They get to share events. They get to share tips and tricks, and that's our mission.
Yeah, because I know I've heard you say that there were veterans have been there who have been connected with different service providers or services or whatever it was that they were needing. They were able to connect with that because they were there.
Yeah. Because I don't have all the answers.
One of us do.
But other veterans in the room have it.
Yeah, I know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sister, I know I've been trying to beat around the bush for the top of the hour for Kurt to hop in. because I don't want to leave you alone. But
You're good.
do
I
you
got this.
All right, guys. I have to run and do something. Sue's got this. Kurt will be in here. Put it into the chat. Ask Sue a question about Die Hard. She can answer. All right, Sue.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian is here. He makes the time to do this every Monday night, and there. Oh my gosh! I know I've said in the past about how many hats he wears. Oh boy, if only you knew. I don't even know all the hats he wears, and it's a lot. It's too many for one person. I was actually asking him as we were getting started, or just before we started, about something that I have been listening to recently. Have you heard about a series called The Chosen? It's something that is I'm gonna give me a second here. I'm gonna pull it up so you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna share my screen. Hang tight, because I really do think it's a unique way to experience what is happening. Okay, so it's pulling up things that are not it is it. Okay, so you're seeing it on my screen here, right? The Chosen. I'm not looking at something. I don't want to share something that's like, oh, you have to pay for this. There's ways to watch The Chosen that are free. I promise you, if you even Google it, you will find ways to watch the series for free. This is, what is this? It is I'm going to read it right on here. It's a multi-season series about the life of Christ, and was crowdfunded. It's was the highest crowdfunded TV series or film project of all time. The Chosen portrays Jesus through the eyes of those who met him. I've been watching this, and I can't tell you just how wonderful I think it is. I'm sharing it because I think that this is something that might speak to you as well. Currently, there are 5 seasons worth of episodes available. I believe there were maybe 8 episodes in each season. And truly, it's walking through the life of Jesus. And I grew up in the church. I grew up hearing all the stories, hearing parables, hearing all these different. So I'm familiar with a lot of the stories. And I say it as stories. It truly is. It's recollections. This is the life of a man who lived 2,000 years ago, and the disciples that were with him. Actually seeing, I've heard about The Chosen. I heard about this series existing, but I don't know what it was that actually spurred me to finally see an episode. And then once I saw one, I wanted to see another because, okay, so knowing all these wonderful stories of the life of Jesus and the life of the disciples, for me, giving a personality to the disciples and to Jesus, and to actually, you all have been to the theater, right? You've seen shows, you've seen all these different things. To be able to take something that I'm already familiar with and then take it from, okay, I've had my own vision of what that might have been like, what that experience might have been like, what it was to wash the disciples' feet. What was the Last Supper like? I've got a picture in my head, right? But to be able to see it on a screen and act it out, giving the disciples personalities, for me, that actually really spoke to me. I enjoyed the version that they came up with. We don't know exactly what, none of us were there 2,000 years ago. We weren't there. But there's clues, right? The Bible gave us clues of what the disciples may have been like. And this is an interpretation of that. And you got to take it for what it's worth. It is a way for us to actually walk with them, to experience what life might have been like, what these experiences might have actually been like. And I love what it's portraying. For those that are not familiar with, there's a lot of people out there not familiar with who Jesus actually was. They're not familiar with the Bible. The fact that that's a background I have is unique to me. And there's a lot of people that can relate to that. But there's also a whole massive audience out there that they don't know who Jesus is. They don't. So I am actually personally recommending this to everybody to watch that series. Take a moment and look it up and watch. So here, let me go ahead and go a different route with this. I know I was just saying about how there's free ways to watch it. You know what? Let's go. Let me walk through that with you so that you can find that yourself. Okay, The Chosen. There currently, like I said, there are 5 seasons out there. You can see that on my screen right now. 5 seasons have been produced. They started this back in 2017. I'm a little behind the game here because I've only just watched it this year. Advantage of that is I got to see all of those episodes of all of those seasons already. There are 2 more seasons that are in the works right now. There are, let's see, I'm just scrolling down here to see what it's showing at this time. Okay, it's not popping up as I was expecting it to. Hang on. It is not popping up like I was expecting. That's all right. Okay, so watching hold on. Moments away from this is not where I was before. Okay, so you're seeing me stumble through trying to find the information I found once before. Okay, so The Chosen is here, The Chosen TV. Let's go there because that's going to give more and better information. Season 5 is currently available. Season 5 is about the Last Supper. I wanted to go. This is not showing you what I was hoping, so my apologies. I'm just going to come back here and talk about a couple pieces of this outside of that. So if I go so I have Amazon Prime, so that's where I've been watching it. I can watch it for free on there. I know a lot of you have Amazon Prime as well, so you are able to pull that up on there, and that you've already paid for Amazon Prime, so you've got it at your fingertips. If I go on there myself and find that, let's see, Chosen. So again, there's 5 seasons available, and yep, 8 episodes per season. You can preview what's all on there. A lot of the different things that different stories that you've heard, you'll find on there. I truly recommend start at season 1, episode 1, and just work your way through it. If you get annoyed by ads like I do, I've been watching it on my phone. A way to get around the ads, download 1 episode at a time. If you have room on your phone to download an episode, you can watch it from start to finish with no commercials. Delete it off of there and download the next one. So there's a little workaround there. So if you get as annoyed as I do with having commercials popping in on you, you don't have to worry about that. One thing that I can add to it, though, I know that a new piece that is available, at least for me, is new. I only just discovered this recently, that there's a kids version of this available. It is The Chosen Adventures. I'm going to see if I can pull that up enough for you to see what I'm talking about. The Chosen Adventures. Here it is. I'm going to share my screen so you can see that as well. The Chosen Adventures is a cartoon version. It's a kid version here. I'll make sure you are seeing. Yep, you're seeing my screen. So Abby is a child, and her friend Joshua. We get to see encounters with Jesus and a few of the disciples along the way. So far, season 1 of The Chosen Adventures only has, let's see, how many episodes are on here? I believe Yep, 14 episodes at this point. And I was a little disappointed as I was watching it because they only have through episode 14, and it's part 1 of something that's going to have a part 2, and I want to see part 2 now, and it's not there. It's coming. So these actually are really short. You can see right on here. This one was only 13 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes. They're all 10 to 13 minutes long, and they are wonderful. And if you're where I'm at, where I already saw The Chosen, and then I came back and I've just recently discovered that this cartoon version is available, and things are from the perspective of a couple of kids. And it's although it's made very much for kids to enjoy, I loved this. The sheep here, you get to hear the sheep talking, and you hear some things from his perspective. It's adorable. I'm sharing this out there because as soon as I'm done watching one, I want to see the next one. Maybe you'll fall into that same I don't know, same addiction. I don't know if that's the right word to use on this, but truly, it was so much fun to go from one to the next because I wanted to see what's next. I want to know what's next. And I know right now, like I said, 5 seasons are in. They have 2 more in the works. I believe I recently was checking on that. I was trying to figure out when is the next season coming out. It's going to, I think what I saw was that the filming is done at least for season 6 and maybe season 7 as well, but it's not going to actually be out there and available for us to see until they're done with all the, that's not small or a cheap date to be able to put all this together that they're doing. So it is something that is going to be available over the course of the next couple of years. And I want to say the very last piece will come out in the spring of 28. There's a bunch that's going to be out sometime, I believe, starting in March of 26. So it's not too far out. If you have not seen any of these episodes yet, now is a great time to do that because you might get through all these episodes in time to have some of season 6. And season 6 is going to be a hard one. That's actually the crucifixion, that whole I believe all of season 6 is going to be in that realm. So it's a lot, but man, is it worth it. It is so fun to be able to like I said, see things from the perspective of the disciples and to actually to experience that. So, and I see that Kurt is coming in here. I'm not sure if he's actually gotten to see any of that yet himself. I'm going to bring him on in. Ready or not, here he comes. I was just talking a bit about something that might be of interest to folks, and it's a series that's available out there called The Chosen. And I'm asking you because I'm not sure how much of that you're familiar with yet. I know you get to see Amazon Prime just like I do, but have you actually watched any of The Chosen yet?
I have not, no.
Are you familiar with what it is?
In a loose sense, I heard you commenting towards it, so I've, kind of seen some trailer, video on it, and and there's a little bit more of a buzz. I mean, it's not just that it's on Amazon. You can see what it is and watch the trailer. There's the attention that it's getting, it's got an attraction that, people are commenting on it and recommending it and all this stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I just thought, I know so you probably don't even know this yet. A lot of times I will listen to different things, like as I'm in the background as I'm doing other things. And I started watching The Chosen. I started watching that series and I watched it again because I know I missed a lot because I'm not just sitting there looking at it the whole time. I missed a lot as I watched it. So I absolutely recommend for anyone who has not seen it yet to take time and start watching it. It is all about the life of Jesus and the life of his disciples. And I was surprised at how much I enjoyed putting personalities to people and names that I've heard since I was a kid. to be able to actually, okay, and again, this is somebody's idea of what they think their personalities might have been like, right? It is so cool to me to be able to make them that relatable. I really enjoyed it. So I'm just throwing that out there. And so Brian had to hop off. He has something else happening right now, but I know he's been putting in a couple of comments along the way here as I've been talking since he hopped off. But yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. And when you talk about hope and something to look forward to, as I've been watching that series, I keep looking forward to the next one because I want to see the next one and what's the next adventure and story that I get to watch. So I thought that might mean something to somebody out there that hasn't discovered The Chosen yet. And even The Chosen Adventures, there's a kid version, a cartoon version that is popped up now as well that I only just learned about a couple days ago. So just wanted to put that out there too, that's available. And now that I've seen The Chosen and I'm seeing bits of The Chosen Adventure, there's totally people from The Chosen right there, voices and all that you'll recognize. So I'm gonna throw it over to you, Kurt, to find out what's all been going on. I know you've been immensely busy with connecting with folks and bringing them into the fold here. So what is it that you can give us for some updates yourself?
Well, I bounced over into the show from coming to an impromptu invitational with Hubcast Media. So
Yes.
so the idea is I'm learning about the capacities of Hubcast. Through a month ago we did, International Peace Day with them, and then now the coming attraction is with COP30 with the United Nations, and the topic of climate. But really it's something where I'm tracking with this because they're showing us how they can take content and get it out there widely and support it. They've got like 6 areas of support that Hubcast Media provides for content creators, distributors. So we had Anthony Sardelli from Nonprofit Media Solutions, there with Nonprofit TV Network, and various other people. Brian and I, well, and you're copied on it too, with ARC 7. And we had a meeting yesterday with all of these developments. And basically what it's done is it inspired me to really realize that beyond a shadow of a doubt, we're not that far into the future where we can literally connect the entire population of the planet, much less the hundreds of millions of people right here in the USA. So as an ambassador of Project iHeart, I'm committed to really take this issue of combating veteran suicide by spreading hope to veterans. And I'm really reaching, to the Imagineers, the innovators, the collaborators, the creatives, because Einstein pointed out to us in his time that you can't solve, the problems of today with the thinking of yesterday. So I think that's what we're doing as a leadership team with Project iHeart is we're taking a look at what's around us and how we can channel it in a very effective way using, go high level or, whatever we got to do as ambassadors and as leadership on the Project iHeart team, and to recruit people, so on and so forth. So one of my colleagues from Spirit of the Game Foundation, joined in this meeting with all the work he's doing, working with thought leaders and such like. So this really is a crusade. This mission is something where, for me, I just look at it that we're already home.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go big. The old expression is go home. I
Right.
say we're home. So what do we have to lose? We're going to go big, and kind of like our mantra is Project iHeart that, if we don't ask, we're the ones that are saying no. So the idea is that's what I'm doing is I'm going for the gusto. And, so I'm inspired that 5 years ago, you and I worked on Ability Fest here in Milwaukee. And, my narrative right now is to say, let's put that back on track and let's figure out what we can do to, get back with Milwaukee World Festival Inc. and to start some planning meetings. Now with Project Die Hard, we have the objective to get Hope Stock back on track. So what I'm doing is I'm talking about 2027 so that I don't cause a disruption to first step is Hope Stock. But I believe that by the fall of 2027, we can map our efforts onto Henry Meyer Festival Ground, a 75-acre property and home of the world's largest music festival, and to really bring Project Die Hard in a big world global stage, and for sure national attention, absolutely. And we're making a lot of progress with our partner with the Disability Channel. I was on with Santa Papa John a couple hours ago, and he was surprised that he was expecting some people. One person William made it in the end. He's from Scotland, and he was misunderstanding the time. But Santa Papa John really appreciated the conversation that we had. We were talking about Santa, happy holidays and all this stuff, and to be like, for some people that could come over like a lead balloon because they're busy fighting the demon. So what is happy holidays when you're trying to wrestle with the demon? So there's these realities when we're talking about our Shertel relative Jory Prajinski with Hope Instilled, and how even with any plans, a lot of people might say, like Brian right now, like if he didn't have other things tugging on him, he'd be right here in this conversation. So it's this element of resilience and flexibility, accommodation, adapt and conquer, and adjusting, and art of allowing, all the things. There's ebb and flow. And what we're doing is we're building conduits into this work so that people are out there just not having any of this on their radar. This podcast and other things are shaking that up, teaming up with Hubcast, the Disability Channel on the Mark TV, 750 million in reach, 750 million. And so I'm kind of going to right around the corner. We have in our midst are reaching 1 billion people. So I'm going 1 billion by 1 year from now. And I'm going to keep doing that with 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to 8 billion by 8 years from now. So 2032. And to me, this narrative is exciting, empowering, like Disney World and Epcot, the experimental prototype community of tomorrow. I just really want to ignite the creativity and the imagination of all, because the thinking of 175 billion people ever on this planet, nobody has put us in a place where we are providing the veterans the response that they need to make sure that this statistic, that we can get some control, because the issue of veteran suicide is out of control, and that's what scares people. So it's part of the art form here is don't worry about how the issue has spiraled out of control. Let's just go with what we got, do what we can do the prayers, do the volunteering, put in the time, the sweat equity, all hands on deck initiative. This is for everybody. This isn't, way to go, Brian. Way to go, Sarah. Way to go, Sue. Way to go, leadership team at Project Die Hard. Way to go. Keep serving our veterans. Way to go. This is not a spectator sport. Not a spectator sport. Participation is key. If we want to make sure that we're not saying it's okay that veterans can just keep dying. Veterans, they signed up to sacrifice for us. Let's just let them die. Let's just let the veterans die. If we're not saying that, projectdiehard.org, pray, volunteer, spend time, spread the mission. Like we were talking about distribution partners for Hubcasts and all the things. So we're gonna get that going here, Project Die Hard. We're reaching to all of you. You are our distribution partners, each and every one of you. You've got a mouth. You've got your way to communicate. However you communicate that our veterans deserve everyone's attention. And let's do this, and let's find the money. 100 patrons, $22 a month. 2026 for me is a big fix. No excuses. None of you out there, and we as a leadership team, we're an accountability buddy partner system between all of us on the leadership team. And as an organization, as far as I'm concerned as ambassador, I'm holding 8 billion people accountable. I'm your accountable. 8 billion people, where are you for veterans around the world? Period. End of story. No excuses.
You heard it. That says it all. That's where we're at. We need to grow. We need to be out there. We need people to know, what is Project Die Hard? It is so easy to share out what is going on here. It is so easy to hear what's happening and to just be like, oh, you know what? I can share this. I can click that button. Wherever you're watching this, I'm pretty dang sure there's a button there that says share. There's a button that says like. Click it. It takes what, 5 seconds maybe to help in that way. It is such an easy thing to do, to bring it out and like, follow, share, subscribe. This is how we grow. You got to tell somebody. We cannot be the best kept secret. We need to have what's going on at Project Die Hard out in front of people. We need people to know that this is here. Simple as that. We do have in what is it, just over a week is Veterans Day. What does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? It should mean massiveness to you. If you are not one, if you're like me and you're a civilian who did not sign my name on the dotted line and go serve our country in that way, take time to think about what that means to those who did sign the dotted line and share and serve in that way. We owe all of what we have here, all this freedom that we have to do the things we do on a daily basis, to say what we want to say. We're putting this podcast out there because we can. We can. And that's thanks to the veterans who have served. All the things that you hear people saying out there, they are running their mouths in all sorts of ways because they can. It truly is a freedom that I think people take for granted because they can. So, okay, soapbox, I'm coming back down. We are coming up on the end of our time here tonight. We are here every Monday night at 6:30 Central to share out what is happening. Here, let me get some of these tickers turned off here. Hang on. Let me hide this. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this part off. I think, am I hitting the right button? Hang on. Hiding that. Getting back down to where we start. So where we start each night here is sharing out what's all going on. I'm going to give you a quick reminder that the fellowship breakfast is coming up in 2 short days from right now on Wednesday morning. It's always the first Wednesday of the month. So Wednesday this month is the 5th of November. Go now and tell all the people that you know to show up at the IHOP in Paducah, Kentucky. It is from 7 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. on location there. So that Central Time Zone. We have a lot of interest to grow that to other locations, but we're just not quite there yet. We need to be able to financially support what we currently are obligated to. We've made obligations, we've made commitments. We need to be able to financially support that before we go growing beyond that. And oh my gosh, we are so close to being able to do that, but we're not there yet. So please become a patron of this organization. We are looking right now to grow our $22 a month patrons to be at least at 100 or more. So we need more people to step into that role. Are you one that's there? Can you do that for us? That makes such a difference. Oh my gosh. I'm so looking forward to that being a reality. Okay, again, fellowship breakfast this Wednesday. Also put on your calendar the 3rd Saturday of the month which this month is going to be on the 15th of November on location. It's the Die Hard Drive. We will be on location at Fob Rush in Macanda, Illinois to make a difference that day. Show up and do your part. As always, check your vet. Hashtag check your vet. How's your vets doing? Who do you know that you can make a quick call and say, hey, how's it going? Do that. We always end with a word of hope to our vets. And Kurt, I'm going to pass it back to you so you can say a quick word.
All right. Thanks, Sue. And thanks to everything Brian has done and did in this live stream. And, I guess I want to point to that a week from Wednesday is November 12th. You talked about Veterans Day. So let's do a little something of gifting to Project Die Hard and the veteran community, and however you feel in your heart to do something that is ever so right for the veteran community on Veterans Day, November 11th, and share it with us. Go ahead and let's just blow up the social media space. Bring it into our email box, kurt@projectdiehard.org, and give me a call and text me 262-372-1754, and let's make that your purpose. That as you're fighting the demons, as you're in the dark space, as you're wondering, if there is another day, let's keep going day by day, and let's make that crawl to Veterans Day. Let's do this for your brothers and sisters. It is all about survival and about, let's give that notoriety, that veteran that you deserve on Veterans Day, and make sure to be there on that day. And let's give Sue a birthday present, which is the gift of your presence. And let's go beyond that, and let's take a look around. Let's draw from the world, and let's report back in messaging and digital space. Let's share like nobody's business, but make it your business to make Veterans Day, this Veterans Day on November 11th, the best Veterans Day that it's ever been. And I know it's that bittersweetness on Veterans Day that, it's a realization to all the sacrifices and the sadness of veterans' loss and all the things on Veterans Day. But for all of you that are alive right now, please stay alive, stay with us, and let's make a meaningful week of the next week through the 11th, through Sue's birthday, and let's make this a November to remember. And remembering you because you're with us and you're a part of this. Come volunteer with us. Come be a part of everything we're doing here at Project Die Hard. Let's create a future together. We can bounce back and make it exciting for everyone. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. As I love to quote one of my favorite songs, God's not done with you yet. You're here for a reason. If you're not sure what that reason is, take time to just be with us, volunteer with us. I would love to have a conversation with you too. Make time. And I brought up The Chosen for a reason. Go check it out. I think you might find some inspiration and nuggets in there. So please let us know where you're at. Join in on this Wednesday at the breakfast. Join in on the 15th with the Die Hard Drive and see what your role is going to be with us here. I know what mine is. What's yours? Again, God's not done with you yet. And, here it is. I'm going to pop this in here. I'm hearing and seeing lots coming on in. So thanks for what you're all sharing there, Kurt. And thank you for all you do from all of us deep down. We appreciate you more than you know. For all of us here with Project Die Hard, as always, we thank you.